Hello, hello, hello to you. This is the Inspirational Treasure, Apostle Treasure, Coach Treasure, Shalonda Treasure, Williams Leonard, the author. Whatever treasure you're looking for, we all here. Um, yeah, that really just lights my face up when I say it. I think it's cute because it describes all of me, and I am truly embracing all of me, and that includes this part of me, the emotional part of me. I hope y'all can hear me pretty well, but I wanted to, I'm sitting outside and they're doing grass out here in the complex, and but I want to share a moment with you. I want to share my moment of transparency with you. Just a few minutes ago, um, I had to make a call to my bank because there is some money of mine that is being held up, and that has made me late for some very important bills. Um, a part of building my self-esteem came when I was finally able to put my bills on auto pay. And then things started shifting some months ago. My health started getting worse again. I went through some of my low mental moments, for those of you who know what I deal with. And so that offsets everything else in my life. And I'm transparent about these things because I know that many of us go through things that we feel like we don't know how to articulate and share with people. But in order for us to have life and have it more abundantly, we cannot be dishonest about where we are. We just gain the tools to not be as affected by life circumstances, because life circumstances are going to happen. But we have got to begin to see things differently, fill ourselves with more positive things, with more truths, with the reality that, yeah, this is temporary and something's going to shake. It may not, I think the church says it, he may not come when you want him, but he's always on time. And I really do believe that. In whatever way you are associated with I am, with God, I just so happen to have been gone through these things multiple times, and so it would make sense as to why I have to strengthen myself in this area. Y'all have heard me talk about the strong bearing the infirmity of the weak before, and that literally means that there are people, everybody actually has their strong area, and then everybody has their weak one. That's the balance of life. And those with the strengths give themselves to those who are weak. If you are a financial expert, you give that strength to those who are not financially literate. If you are a person that's full of common sense and you can see things as they are, then you may have to be the one to kind of help the wise or so wise or intelligent people who always think from their minds. You may have to teach them how to kind of look at things from a common sense perspective. If you are a spiritual leader, then you have tapped into spiritual principles that strengthen you more, and so you offer that strength to others. And then those who are strengthened in the financial area, they got the money, they are better able to give and pour into the endeavors. If you are sitting pretty nice financially, you can go to the restaurant and tip well because it's your strength. You can see that those who have a need in your philanthropic endeavors, you can make sure that those needs are met. Y'all understand? We all have strengths in some area. And so in this area of enduring and standing in faith, in this area of keeping my heart pure and loving people despite how they may treat me, those would be considered my strengths from certain people. And I believe I'm strong in those areas compared to I guess others. But I do believe we all have the potential to get strong in those areas. Nevertheless, I want to share transparently with you how it made me feel to have that conversation with my bank. And it's not my bank's fault. I went through the other payment source and didn't realize that some things would happen. I won't go into detail because I'm not here to bash anything, anybody, because every system has their kinks that they have to work out. But it's done me good. It's done me good. So I'm not here to bash it. I'm just here to say that I didn't realize that this would be how it went. And so as I was talking to her, tears just began to stream down my face. And I'm like, God, I'm trying not to feel this way. I'm trying not to go here. I'm trying not to be all down and emotional. I've been doing good. I've been, using my tools. I've been using my techniques. I've been strengthening myself. I've been pulling on the things that I have to strengthen me, reminding myself that this too shall pass. And it's just a situation. I'm not about to let anything in life stress me out to the point where I fall back into a depression. I've learned how to cope, to deal with bipolar disorder, with ADHD. I'm still learning tips and tricks, not tricks, but tips, and I guess you could call it a trick if you want to, an abracadabra type of thing to change how you're feeling. But I've learned a lot. I've gained a lot in my years, and so I don't want to regress. But what I realized is that the pattern from my past was to immediately feel that thing and to go into my dark place immediately, because now I'm sorrowful based on what I see. But the reason why, even when I'm working with coaching clients, or when I'm doing pastoral counseling or whatever, or prophetic insight sessions, a lot of times I have to address the old pattern of the individual in order to get them to a new one. And so I have to recognize my old pattern of, immediately allowing my emotions to define my day. Now, emotions are natural. It's something that we all have. But do we have the tools to navigate around them? So I'm sitting there and tears are streaming down my face. And what I realized is that immediately, instead of going into this pit, my mind began to race instead with what I can do to feel better. What I can do to remind myself that it's going to be all right. The lady's telling me that the funds won't clear until my birthday, which is July 11th. Go figure, right? The day that I'm having the event, the I Speak Life event. And so a lot of times, of course, we have these experiences that we can testify about in real life. When I wrote the book, No, I'm Not Okay, Excuse Me While I Unmask, available on Amazon or on my link. But when I wrote that book, I could not finish it. I was supposed to release it on my birthday, July 11th in 2019, but my biological father was dying. And so I couldn't write the book until after he passed, or finish the book until after he passed away 3 days later, because then that summed up all of my earthly father figures who had passed away. Now, all three of them were gone, and now I wasn't okay. And so I had to write those last chapters in the middle of my having to come to grips with this thing. And so I said all that to say it always works out, because that is where my faith lies. I know that I'm a giver. I know that I give selflessly to people all the time. I counsel people. I pray for people. I answer messages, whether they're paid services or not. And I know that I'm a servant worthy of my hire. I know that all this money being locked up and me not being able to do what I need to do, I know I may get a note on my door. I know that I may get a few notes on my door. But immediately I got trauma. That trauma of being homeless, right? The trauma of not having enough began to kick in. And woe is me wanted to come join the party, and I could not let it. Why am I sharing all of this with you? Because these are the things that we are equipped to endure if we have the right tools and the right techniques. I don't coach anybody and pretend like life ain't gonna be life. I don't coach anybody or even prophetically declare over people or pray over people or, give insight and pretend like we're not gonna ever have a woe. No, we are going to have them. Life guarantees that we'll have them, because we live in a world full of man-made things. We live man-made systems. We live in a world full of people who are just like us, who have their yin to their yang. Like, we balance people. We all have up times and down times. We all have deliberations. Everybody has a moment or a place that they are not as strong as another, and we are all working to be fully mature, right? Fully mature in the things of God, fully mature in this life, to where everything across the board is balanced. Everything across the board is balanced. But can I be honest with you? Even the person who chooses to give up everything in their life just to be still and to hear from God, they even have a weakness and a strength. But they're determined that I will not allow my weakness to overcome or overtake the fact that I was created to be strong. Not strong in a I can't bend fashion. Not strong in a, oh, woe is me, oh, nobody ain't gonna never tell me nothing, I'm always do this myself. No, real strength don't let you be independent or isolated. Real strength reminds you that, hey, I'm good in this area, let me offer this to you. And in the area where I am not as strong, I don't have a problem with going seeking somebody who is. So in this moment, I am really gathering my strength, gathering my tools, continuing to remind myself that this is only temporary. I can only pray that everything breaks and all funds are released before these late fees start to add up. But I also believe that if they do, then that will be answered as well. I don't know who you are, but if you are not registered for I Speak Life on my birthday on this coming Tuesday, please do. I just want to give you some tools and tips and techniques. I want to be real transparent with you and then give you something that can help you along the way. Is that all right? So register. The link is here. You might have to copy and paste it, but it's happybdayshalonda.eventbrite.com. Just get registered. Just want to chat with you. All right? Love you so much, just because I can, and I'll talk to you soon. Pray for your girl.